Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. How are you doing?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm doing very, very fine. Thank you.
If you don't mind, can you share a little bit about yourself, your name, where you're from?
Okay, so my name is Samir, and I am originally from Lebanon. Um, I hold the Syrian nationality, but that's a long story. So I am from Lebanon. I've lived my entire life in Lebanon, and I currently live in France.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Can you tell more about this? How you from Lebanon and suddenly you are in France?
Okay,
Are you married?
okay, so I am married, and my wife is just right there. She's watching us record this video. And so basically, I did all my studies, all my life really in Lebanon. But then after that, there was some kind of crisis. We have a crisis right now. And so it's not very easy to find a job in Lebanon, especially the fact that I have a Syrian nationality. So I decided to fly off to France. That's where I married my wife. And that's where I'm doing currently a PhD. So just a bit of background of myself. I have a bachelor in electrical engineering, a master's in control systems, which is something like electrical engineering, and a PhD in industrial engineering. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
to hear that. And can you share a little bit regarding what's happening in Lebanon right now? Because from the news, I really doesn't know which is true, which is not true.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting question, and I did not prepare for this before, so it's going to be interesting to answer. So, in Lebanon, basically, in a nutshell, what's happening is that there's a corrupt government. And so the corrupt government basically have everything within their hands, within their power, since 35 years ago. And so they really know how to hold the country in their hands. And so they decided at some point that these people are too indulgent, and these people are whining and telling us to go out of the government. So we're just going to make their life hell, and we're going to decrease the value of the currency. So we have an extremely large inflation. And so with that inflation, everything becomes expensive. And when stuff are expensive, it's hard to get food, it's hard to get anything. And at some point, even if you have the money, you can't buy food because it's just not available due to the inexistence or insufficient resources, such as fuel, such as bread, whatever. So that's pretty much what's happening there. The government is corrupt, and the people can't do anything about it.
Okay. Now I know more about Lebanon. Then now I'd like to know what's your passion in your life and what is your purpose of life, if you may share.
Okay, so Alhamdulillah, I am a Muslim, and so my answer is basically going to be based on that, because as you know, we believe that Islam is part of life, and it's mixed with life, and it's a guide towards how you should live your life. And so therefore my answer is very much influenced by the fact I am a Muslim, alhamdulillah, which means thanks to God. And so based on that, I would say my passion, I'm going to translate that to what is my life goal, basically. And so my life goal is to try to be a good person and to try to be a good Muslim. And so what that means is that I would like to be able to practice my religion in a proper way, in a way that doesn't harm anyone, in a way that makes me happy. And yeah, I want to be good to people. I want people to see me and to have a good idea about Islam and maybe the place I come from, because of how I treat them. So I try to be nice to them, I try to be kind, I try to help them and whatnot. I am very much interested in knowledge. So I like getting introduced into new cultures, and hence this is why we're here in Malaysia. So we're actually staying here for 25 days, which is more than the time which tourists usually sit here. And the point of that is that we are able to talk to the locals, such as you, one, and we can talk to many people, see how things happen here, because honestly, it's very different than what we have in our country, either in France or in Lebanon. So it's very interesting. And so, yeah, I'm very much interested in knowledge. If it's about engineering, my profession, if it's about cultural information, about religious information. So I think that drives me in life. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good answer and very long answer. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, now I like to listen to your native language, I think Arabic and
Yeah.
maybe French. And maybe if you know some Malay words that you want to share to us.
Okay. Let's start with Malay. One of the only things I know is Saya suka Malaysia, which means I like Malaysia. I really do. It's a very interesting culture, and people usually say like the food is good, which is very true, and they say the landscape is beautiful, which is very true. But I think the people are beautiful. I think the people are very kind, at least the ones we met so far. You know, people are very kind, very nice, very helpful. I don't know why. Is it because I look different, or is it just because I'm a human being? I hope because I'm a human, because that way we can be nice to everyone. Yeah, that's Malaysian. En français, je peux pas dire beaucoup de choses parce que le français c'est pas ma langue maternelle, mais je peux parler comme ça. Je peux dire que j'adore d'habiter en France parce que je sais pas, parce que c'est incroyable, parce que ma femme est française. Ça c'est une raison. Je pense que c'est suffisant. Et merci. I didn't say too much stuff in French, but yeah. In Arabic, so I'm gonna use my Lebanese dialect of Arabic because that's the one I'm comfortable with. فأيه مثل ما قلت أنا اسمي سامر، عم نعمل هالفيديو هلأ مع وان، وهالفيديو المفروض ينحط على اليوتيوب. شو الفكرة منه؟ هي بس إن الناس يتعرفوا على الثقافات مختلفة ويمكن يسمعوا لغة مختلفة، فهيك شكرا. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this short interview. I hope you have a nice journey after this, and good luck for your future undertaking.
Thank you very much, Juan. You as well.